And we are live. It's the homie Moss MoneyPot Podcast, week 17 after the holidays, after Christmas. Of course, got my right-hand man with me, the homie Steve-O. What's up, bro?
What's good, man? Happy holidays.
Yo, man, thank you. How was your holiday? Everything was smooth?
Everything was good, man.
I can dig it. So, week 17, week 16, St. Nick. Only person I will ever call or say Big Dick Nick.
Pause.
Did it again. Bombed on them boys. Almost 400-something yards. It was a beautiful feeling. But now we're on to week 17.
Right.
And as always, we want to start off with some communicative stuff, some culture stuff, some things going around. So last week, you were one of the first ones that I know of that broke a story about a kid out in Jersey.
Brent.
Oh, was it Brent?
Yeah,
it was
B.Diddy.
Brent?
Yeah.
I thought it was you.
About the wrestler kid, right?
Yeah, about the wrestling kid.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the video. It's gone viral.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing
it
it
was actually on ESPN too.
Yeah, seeing it is crazy. But the one thing I think that hasn't been said yet, I don't think it's getting overlooked, but how much courage this kid had, right? To sit there, to make the decision,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do this for being a team player, one, and then making the decision to almost be publicly embarrassed. Not
Right.
almost, it was publicly embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
Cut off something that was a part of his culture, cried through the whole thing, and still won the match. I think I wrote it down. Kid's a hero to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like real talk. Kid is a hero to be able to do that, because now the reports are now the psychological and the emotional part. It's like now it's taking its toll on him.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure.
It's
a lot for a kid to endure when you feel like you're targeted, because that right there is shown that he was targeted.
Absolutely.
So now, okay, either you're going to cut these dreads off or you're not going to play the sport that you like to play. So now you make a decision at, what was he, 14 or something like that?
16.
At
Andrew
16
Johnson.
At 16 years old, you make this decision. Either you want to win or you want to forfeit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking
But,
cocksuckers out here, man. I
yeah.
tell you.
At the end of the day, as his parent, look, it's hair. You're going to grow it back, and we're not cutting it again.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think I looked it up. The New Jersey superintendent already had made the announcement that referee is done in the district, which is good. And I hope he doesn't ever get a job ever again.
Mm-hmm.
What we're drinking here is something you brought to you by S.Dot. This is the S.Dot collection. This is liquid gold. This ain't apple juice, y'all.
It's not apple juice.
So it's special apple juice. We'll put
It's
it like
special tea.
Real special.
It's a very good brand of sweet tea
Mm-hmm.
with a mixture of a little bit of corn liquor in here.
Uh-huh.
You know? But it's good.
Something
It's
light.
very
Something
good.
light for the night, because we do late night, so
Yeah.
gotta have a beverage. So more stuff going on social media, man. I don't even know if I want to talk about it, but I feel like I have to, because it was crazy. So I saw this video on social media, literally transvestite or going through the transition or whatever the situation was.
Okay.
It was a dude. He was 6'4" in a wig, a tight pink shirt, and some Daisy Dukes. No bullshit. And I saw it.
I didn't see it.
And he got into an argument. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, y'all, is just because I want to just say, like, we cannot reiterate enough, especially to our youth, because my son is actually going through some behavior issues, and he has gotten his hand on the phone and tablets, and we've taken it away from him. And my daughter has obviously access to YouTube, Instagram, and stuff like that, and she's only 11. So this is why I want to bring it up.
All of these kids got access to YouTube.
Crazy.
That's the number one thing they go to on their iPads, phones, whatever it is.
So he got into an altercation with the cashier because the cashier had called him a sir.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he started flipping out because he wanted to be addressed as ma'am. So I only bring this up because, one, it was disturbing to me. And I'm saying that with all sincerity. It was disturbing to me to see a grown man argue about being called a girl just because you come outside in a costume and dressed up like a girl.
Costume.
It is a costume. And it's not. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not. You know what I mean? At all. Because you have your own choice. You can do what you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to say. But if you clearly look like a man, I'm sorry. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, flies like a duck, motherfucker, it's a goddamn duck.
It's a duck.
It's a duck. Any way you call it. So that's my rant on that.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Go ahead. I wanted to pass it on, but go ahead. We could talk about it.
I had a kid one time in a facility that I was, in. So we had this kid. It made like
Steve is a great storyteller, by the way.
It made like so much commotion on our unit because I had older boys. So my boys was from the youngest may have been 13,
right,
till almost 20 at times.
Okay.
So now you got all these boys up on the unit. Some are homosexual on a down low.
Okay.
Some are like in there for real selling drugs,
right,
possession, whatever it is. So you got some kids that's in there that want to fight. They just into the street.
Right.
So we have a meeting, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well we're gonna have a kid that come in here, and he's in the process of changing, sexes." So we're like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Yeah, he's
my fault, bro.
He's a transgender."
A duck. I see you, Vern, man.
Yeah, so he's transgender. So his name was like, I'm not gonna give his real name. So let's say his name was Robert.
Okay.
But he wanted to be addressed as Summer.
Wow.
So we had to address him as Summer.
Right.
Because this was his wish. But he was a bigger kid. He wasn't like short. He might have been like, let's say 5'10", 5'11".
Right.
Like 16. Had little boobs growing. Long blonde hair.
Black kid too.
No. I think he was maybe like a mixture, like white and Spanish or something.
Okay.
But dressed like a woman. So we had to give him a single room by himself.
It's crazy.
And it was just you couldn't address him as Robert though. You had to say, "Hey, Summer,"
I mean, that's the world we live in right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
So
this
guy,
is weird.
yeah, it is weird. But for
us.
this guy to say, "Hey, address me as ma'am," look, you in my story. You my customer. Here you go, ma'am. That's me.
Facts.
That's what I'm going to say.
Facts.
I apologize. Here you go, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like, you can bring your business back. I don't care. But if this is what you want, that's what you want.
No, you're right.
But,
I can't.
We just had to respect his wish because it's like,
I just couldn't see the thing. The outlash is that everybody was picking on this individual who was looking for the right to be called ma'am. And I get what you're saying.
right.
But I can't blame the cashier if you look like a dude and I call you sir.
Yeah.
Just because you put a wig on and some heels on and a tight shirt don't make you a girl. You dig what I'm saying?
Understand. I totally understand. But like I said, it was just something we had to do. And it was a girl that was transgendering, like transferring to a guy, transitioning to a guy, taking hormones.
Motherfucker at Wawa and it was a girl. You know who I'm talking about too, don't you?
No.
Oh, this motherfucker had a goatee, bro.
Yeah, there's a couple of them like that out
She had a goatee, and then she had the nerve to have a fishnet around her goatee.
Yeah. Oh, worked there.
She worked there.
Oh man.
She worked there. She handed me my sandwich. I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, and just eat it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean they have they rights. So if this is what you want to be called, this is what you want to be called.
Right.
Here you go, ma'am. Have a nice day. Hope to see you again.
Solid. So we coming up on the end of the year, 2019 coming up. So you one of those new year, new you types, or you kind of reflect and kind of or you just keep it moving?
I keep it moving.
My man.
I don't have time for all that bullshit, man. Because at the end of the day, your life is gonna go on the same way. You go and have a New Year's regimen. I mean, and it's okay to have goals. I'm not saying like the same thing. Now, I'm all for a goal.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna this year, maybe I'll save a little bit more. Maybe I'll put more into this. Now, I'm okay with that.
Right.
But, yeah, it's a new year, so this year I'm going to change this. I'm going to get in the gym more. No, you're not, because I'm not. I'm going to say that.
Right.
Your regular schedule don't change. Like, everything moves the same.
Right.
But like I said, when you have, like, personal goals, I'll go for it. When it's stuff that's don't make no outlandish goals. Like, all right, by February I'm going to be down 30 pounds. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's not going to happen. People do it all the time, but it's like, yo, just take your time.
Yeah, people do it as a reset. I'm very similar. I don't need the new year to dictate how I'm going to go about the next coming month or the next coming year, or you know what I mean. I go about my business how I'm reaching for it.
Absolutely.
And y'all will hear more about that later on in the show. But the Eagles are one game away, hopefully with some help. Go Bears. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. We all Chicago fans.
Absolutely.
So if you don't know by now, which you should probably know, and if you don't, get the hell out of Philly. The Eagles need to obviously win, and we need Chicago to beat the Vikings in Minnesota.
Right.
So,
which isn't easy.
No, it's really not. So, you know, the thought is, obviously, we already spoke about it. The thought was that Nagy might rest some of his players. So Nagy's come out a couple times in press conference saying that they're going balls to the wall. You know, I think it's a mixed bag of what he's doing because he already named, like, I think 2 or 3 starters are already being said are doubtful for the game.
Right.
So he's saying all the right things for us to hear.
Absolutely.
And he's saying that the score on the Rams game would have to be extraordinary for them to pull their starters. So we'll see what that actually means when it comes game time. I don't want to overlook Washington either in this game.
Not. You can't.
You know, Washington is obviously done, but at the same time, I think they play hard. They play hard for Gruden.
They're trying to be a spoiler as well.
Right.
So teams like that is dangerous, no matter who their quarterback is. So if they're out like, all right, well, yeah, we're not making the playoffs, but let's go out here and spoil their hopes. Like, they can't make the playoffs either. So we're going to go out here, give it our all. We got one last game, and make sure they don't make the playoffs. If we beat them, they don't make the playoffs. We did our job. Now they still got to, you know, if we beat them, then they don't have to worry about Minnesota or the Bears.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, teams like that is definitely dangerous, man, because the Giants almost did the thing to the Colts last week. Yeah,
they did.
And, you know, Colts pulled it out, but they almost spoiled them. No,
you're absolutely right, and I wrote that down. It's still a division game at the end of the day. So, and it could be seen. People are not seeing it because it was a must-win, obviously, but this could be a letdown spot. Foles has been hot for 3 games, I think 3 games straight.
Right.
So this could be a game where he kind of regressed just a little bit.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, here's the thing with me. This is how I feel about Washington. You see they cut Swearinger, right? So I don't know how the players feel right now as well. Like, you know, if they up for playing for Gruden or not.
Right.
But, I mean, they just cut arguably they best defensive player.
Absolutely.
He's been playing great all year.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of people on the out there saying, "Hey, we should pick him up."
I would have picked him up.
But
I mean, he didn't clear waivers, so.
Well, no, he went to Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona got him.
Yeah,
he didn't clear waivers. Yeah.
So
I would have definitely took a chance on him.
Right. So I mean, I think it would have been a good call because you would have been primed to hopefully go into the playoffs with somewhat of an impact player that would actually improve your defense.
And even get Corey Graham out of there.
True.
He's definitely an upgrade over
Graham.
him.
Absolutely.
But also, even if you have him in a wing for next year, I wouldn't even look forward to this year too much. Even if you have him just for next year, you got a starter on defense in the secondary that we just been so thin. Like, you never know how McLeod is going to come back after that injury. So,
yeah, Cousin Vern said Foles runs the table. Big Dick Nick.
Yeah.
With explanation. You never see so many black men say Big Dick Nick in your life.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying it.
I'll say it. I'll say it for the both of us.
I'm not saying it. He's saying it for him, not me.
So we got Washington coming up, bro. Obviously, I think this is an easy breakdown of the game. It's, we could dominate. We should dominate this game.
Definitely should.
They don't have anything on offense that's really scary. And like you said, they lost one of their best, if not the best player on their defense. Mm-hmm. And we're clicking right now. We're hot right now. People should be scared to play us in the playoffs this year. And hopefully we get in. So give me a score of the game, bro.
It was about 14. Easy. Could be whatever. 28, 14.
Right. You got. See, I think I got 27-13 Birds.
Okay.
I think it's going to be kind of low scoring. I think Foles does regress a little bit here. I don't think he comes out and throws for 3 or 4 touchdowns again. Maybe 2. I see 2, but I see the run game maybe opening up in this game.
Yeah. We'll see, man. I mean, I'm not.
Sorry, there's a Dallas fan hating named Brian Pop Screws.
Oh man, get out of there! It's past his bedtime.
True.
Shouldn't we be playing bingo or something?
Get him. So we're gonna switch real quick. Go to NBA news. We got the Sixers, man. Help me out, man. What the fuck is Ben Simmons, bro? Like, he has the most I said this today. He has the most underwhelming triple doubles I've ever seen. It's like it's just like a stat filler.
How is a triple double?
Because there's no impact. Like, he does don't make it right.
They beat him. How is it an impact?
But I mean, you hear, but the JJ 24-25. You see how that impacted the game when Embiid goes off for 30 and 14. You see how he changes the game. Even Butler with his defense and then
he had 12 assists,
something like that. Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull it up.
He took a fadeaway shot.
And he nailed it.
Even though it
didn't look as pretty.
I saw a couple memes out there, man. It was like the world shook when he took a fucking jumper.
So he had
man.
13 and 12. He shot 50%. 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, his foul shot is.
Yeah, he only
trash.
shot 2. So that's
but
not
I'm
bad.
just.
But he shoots over 50%.
But I'm just saying, like, whenever.
No, here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
He has 13 points, right? 12 assists.
Right.
Even if all assists was 2 points, right? That's 24 points. 24 plus 13, right? That's 37 points that he's accounted for in the game.
Right.
So to me, that's not underwhelming. They had 114. He accounted for 37 points. That's not underwhelming to me.
Because
now he's not.
They need we talked about this before. What do they need? They need a point guard who can score.
They need a bench. Period.
Yes, they do need a bench. But I mean, and he's.
But his game is not to score. Now, when Butler, see, this is the thing. I didn't hear people saying that a couple games ago when Butler wasn't scoring and Ben Simmons had 20 plus.
Because Butler will drop 40.
But I'm saying Ben Simmons had 20 plus points.
Okay, but it was layups and.
It don't matter how you score. If you score, you score. I don't care how you score. If you're getting me 13 and 12 assists, 37 points accounted for, and you grabbing 10 rebounds, I'm okay with that.
Yo, but it's like his scoring is like a non-threat. It's all like
it's a non-threat to you. Of course, it's a non-threat to you because you're not out there. But as a defender, it's a threat, my man, because he's bigger. Now, you're not gonna play him at the 3. You're gonna let up, but you still
he'd be a perfect 4.
You're still so scared for him to get past you because he can get past you with 2 steps.
No, I mean, that's all he's got though.
It don't matter.
That's all. It's his first step in transition. When he's running the point and he's running the ball, he's good. But when he has to set up an offense and run an offense,
he's still good. He got 12 assists. All of them ain't come in transition.
Yeah, but they were all kind of easy baskets or a pass.
But he makes them easy. He makes the
Bro,
passes easy too.
When you pass it to goddamn Embiid on the block and Embiid scores, you get an assist. Okay, that's not setting up your guy. That's not not like a point guard-esque.
How is that not point guard-esque? If you getting the ball to the big man who's dominating, you feed him the ball.
Yo, he's 7'3". It's not hard to throw him the goddamn ball when you're 6'10".
But here's the thing. But Embiid came out, a couple days ago, a week ago, not even a week, when they lost to, who they lose to? Was it, on Christmas, they lost to Boston.
Yeah. He was right.
But here, it's not about him being right. You don't say that to the coach. You go to Embiid, you go to Jimmy Butler. Y'all gotta.
You mean you go to Simmons? You go to Simmons.
I mean, yeah, you go to Simmons, you go to Butler, and you say, "Yo, throw me the ball. Get me the ball." That's who gets you the ball, not the coach.
But here's the comeback. Simmons in that position as the point guard, running the offense. Now, fucking Brent Brown should have called a timeout because they had 2 timeouts.
Right.
So that was a coaching mistake. But the fact that he let him go, try to get them, I want to say, the experience in that position where he doesn't call a timeout and you need to win the game. Simmons has got to be smart enough. His IQ's got to be smart enough not to run. First of all, know that you're offensively inhibited, right? You can't do much in that situation. And then you run a pick and roll with JJ Redick, as JJ's your picker. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a terrible offensive set.
If you look back, a lot of times the screener is open and gets the shot. The shooter a lot of times comes set a screen, and they're open off of the screen for a shot.
He should have never had the ball in his hands.
Now,
bro.
I agree. You dump it down to Ben, but to Embiid.
Right.
But Embiid has to let them know, like, yo, get me the ball. Get me the ball. He's the best player on the team. Get me the ball. Simple as that. But, I mean, I don't think he should have came out and pretty much threw the coach under the bus. You go to your players.
I'm not mad because he's the best player on the team.
I'm kind of mad because you don't do that.
I'm not mad at him.
You go to them and you say, yo, it's not Brett Brown.
He's the franchise. He's the franchise. So he stood up and said something.
You say, yo, get me the ball. Get me the ball.
I don't mind it because them boys play with emotion.
Y'all gave Butler the ball in game time.
Now I think he shouldn't have said that. I think that would have been a direct shot, not at the coach, but I kind of at Jimmy. I don't think he should have said that, but I think he said the right things. Like, yo, I need to get the ball in those moments.
I agree.
Get
him the ball, but
right.
At the same time, man, you gotta know what to say, man. Right time, and you go to your bros like, bro, next time we're in a situation like that, or even coming down like, yo, give me the ball. I'm going.
Facts. I hope he did have that conversation.
But you be riding Simmons, man, and it's
I do, man, cause he's.
But you don't ride Fultz. You one of the ones that's always like give him a chance. No, it's no. Because I've been in these groups with you.
Okay, go
ahead.
And
you say, he gonna be all right, man. He just need another year or two, or he need this. No, he don't. Don't.
Now I agree with you. Like it's done now. First he was hurt, right? And then
you gave him so much leeway.
You have to.
You don't.
All right,
you
man.
don't.
We'll talk.
We'll talk
about it another show.
No, we're not. If you're riding if you're riding Ben Simmons this hard, pause.
That's what.
Pause. But we can't do that to Fultz, man. You can't do that for Fultz, man. Ben Simmons is highly productive.
So we got a bet going on with me and my homie James. We just saw Bron went down. Rondo just went out. Quick sidebar. How far do you think do they fall? A lot? Because I know they just lost that one game.
They lost last night.
But it was a big shot by Leonard. He hit a game winner. He hit a game winner thing.
Bogdanovic hit it.
I thought it was Leonard from Portland.
No. Portland played Golden State.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
They played the Kings yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he
right.
hit the three to put them up by one and win the game. Do they
Stop
fall?
drinking that yak.
Do they fall that bad? I don't think so. They might lose again tonight to the Clippers, though.
Right.
But I think they'll be all right because, and honestly, right now, I think it's really a showcase for the other guys
for the young guys to step up.
Not even to step up, but this is your audition because a lot of them gonna get traded. So they're auditioning right now. To me, this is my opinion. I don't know if this is what's gonna happen, but
right.
Honestly, the Lakers is gonna end up with Anthony Davis somehow, some way. They're gonna try their hardest. So right now they got these guys that's gonna have to audition. So now we're gonna say, okay, well he can do this, he can play here. Let's get these guys out of here. Team's gonna see what they can do, and now you may have trade bait, but I mean they're a scrappy team. They fought hard against Golden State, which was surprising to me. It was really impressive to me.
Yeah,
because Golden State came within 2.
Oh, word. I didn't watch the game.
No, Golden State came back. They was down like 15 when Brian went out.
Right.
They came back and was down 2.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Lakers went back up, and they ended up winning by 25, I think.
Yeah, I know they won by bad.
So that showed that they're a scrappy team, that, they got some heart. So, anything's possible.
Yeah, and Golden State sucks right now, so we'll see.
Real quick, before we move on. Draymond Green, how bad has he been? He's been terrible this year.
Yes.
And I see
it's a contract year for him too, right?
I think he signed for a while.
Oh, okay.
I see a lot of guys talking like, Draymond Green lost his athletic ability. You don't lose your athleticism, but he's just.
He had an all right night last night. I think he had like 15, 7.
But he had like 4 on Thanksgiving. Christmas. Yeah. Like he's been playing shit.
They all been like Golden
Clay
State
in a slump.
Yeah.
But they know how to win. So I feel like
that's why I'm not really worried about.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them, but I think that Draymond Green can honestly be shipped out of here next year if they want. They can get rid of him because he's. I don't know, man. He's not that good to me. I didn't think he was that good, but I just always seen that he played with heart. He's one of those guys.
I ain't gonna comment on that he's not that good.
I don't think he's that good. Defender, absolutely, definitely. But other than that, nah. You could take him out of the game easy.
So the homie B.Diddy, he's gonna say he's gonna send me some locks. He got caught up. So looking at college playoff week right now, I'm gonna give you a couple plays that I like. Not gonna get too deep into it, but I think the number tells it all. I like Florida and Michigan. I think that line's going to keep going down. I think there is a stat going out there that the SEC, when they face the ACC, they're like 9-2 against the spread. So I like South Carolina as well to beat Virginia.
Roll Tide.
Now to the playoff, Notre Dame and Clemson.
Roll Tide.
That's such a tough game, yo.
Which one?
Notre Dame and Clemson.
Yeah.
I think Clemson should air them out, man. I'm not going to hold you. That defense is just ferocious. Even though Lawrence is out.
I was going to say, and they lost 3 players. Lawrence is the biggest one.
Lawrence is the biggest one, but they still got dogs up there, man.
Yeah, no, they do. And he's out for the whole playoffs because
I thought it was just a semi.
The B sample came back
positive
and it came back positive as well.
Nice. So I like Clemson minus 12. If that line keeps ticking down because people put Notre Dame, I would go with Clemson. And then obviously Oklahoma.
I think Clemson wins it, man.
Yeah.
I think Clemson wins. Even though Notre Dame they ain't one of them scrappy teams.
No, they are.
Defensively as well, but Clemson is just the powerhouse to me.
Yeah, that defense is tough. And Notre Dame's leaking on pass defense, so Clemson should have some success there. Oklahoma, Bama, obviously a big game here. You got Tua versus Murray. 14 points seems like a lot, but I think we're kind of undervaluing Bama here, if you can. Even though that's a huge offense. Bama's is something.
You know why is just the 14 because they have the better quarterback in Murray.
Yeah, no, so they do.
They feel like he may have a couple plays where he can.
Well, they're saying he's the closest thing to Vic that people have seen since Vic. You know what I mean?
And I'm hearing that he might just leave football alone and just go straight to baseball.
No, he is. So
Well, he was already drafted. Now the agent came out and really was like, his sources was like they're not sure where he's going to go, but he definitely was already drafted for baseball.
So I think we talked about this last week. So the story is that now I think baseball is 13 rounds or something like that, or something. I forget. I think baseball is a lot of rounds. Baseball is like 13 rounds or 12 rounds. He got drafted 9th. Overall, he was a 9th overall pick in the draft. So that just tells you how a caliber baseball player he is, first of all, and what type of athlete he is. And you're right, he did get signed, and he already got paid. He got like a it's like an $20 million deal somewhere in there.
He couldn't have gotten paid yet because he's playing college football.
Yeah, but the deal was that he would play 1 year of college football and then come. But the money's already there waiting for him.
Right.
Like it's already. Yeah.
But see, that's the same thing that happened with Deshaun Jackson. You do know that, right?
No.
He was the same way. He got drafted, but he continued to play football.
So I think
a couple of them guys got drafted though.
So I think what Murray's going to do is Murray is going to get he's going to get drafted. He's going to play baseball a couple of years, and I think he might switch and then play football later.
That's not going to work out good for him. I don't think.
Nah, I don't think he's going to do it because if he ever gets a big deal in baseball, you're talking about $150 million deal that's all guaranteed. There's no reason for you to come play football.
Young man, you got options. It's great to have those options.
Crazy.
Great to have those options.
what league I want to play in? NBL or NFL?
Yeah. And
like how many players get that coming out?
His longevity would be great.
Crazy. Yeah, man. So you got Roll Tide -14?
Absolutely.
I think I like the over there. I think it's going to be a lot of scoring. Because if I like Bama, that means they're going to score. They're going to do like 40, 50 points. Because I think Oklahoma's going to score. They're going to score 20 to 30 points. So
that much you think?
I think so, man.
No, under 21.
They're dynamic, man.
Under 21.
I've seen that Bama defense. It's leaky.
Under 21. They get up for those big games.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Here's if Tua doesn't start and they go Hurts.
Don't matter. They're probably gonna play both of them.
Yeah, they're going to play both.
They're going to play both, but it don't even matter.
Don't even matter?
No.
I can dig it. Dig it. All right, so that's the college bowl weeks, and I will make sure that I will get you guys B.Diddy's picks of the week. So going to week 17 NFL, I'm treating this week as a preseason week kind of. On the slate here, not a lot of teams that I really want to kind of deal with. I kind of like a lot of the first halves.
Right.
Those lines haven't dropped. I haven't seen those lines yet. So I kind of like the first halves of a lot of games because obviously by the second half, we're going to get some players that are going to be pulled. So I actually like my only straight bet that I actually like is the Chargers.
I love the Chargers.
I like San Diego and Denver -6.5. Mm-hmm. I think Lindsey going out is obviously huge for Denver. That was kind of the only thing they had left on offense. I think it's going to be a total mismatch. I honestly think this line should be closer to almost 8 to 10. The Chargers are in a unique position where if they win and certain things fall their way, they could be as high as the 1 seed. But then if they lose, they're already made the playoffs, but if they lose, they could be as low as the 5th seed. So I think they're still fighting to get that first round bye. I think they play this game. I think they air Denver the hell out. I can see them winning by almost 20. I don't think Denver has a shot. I love San Diego here. And then for my other second pick, I'm doing a 4-team teaser, 10-point teaser, 4-team teaser. I think that pays -130. So that means if you bet 100, to win 100, you have to bet 130. So I'm getting 10 points on the line here. I'm going with the Steelers -4.5, bringing that down. They play Cincy. Obviously, Steelers in a must-win game at home. Cincy's pretty much done. I think Tyler Boyd, they put on the IR. I think, was it Buford? The linebacker.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Buford or something?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what he is. He's had his 7th concussion, and he's looking at maybe it might be a career-threatening injury. So, Cincy, I think, and Cincy's got gas and Cincy's done. I like the Steelers here, just, obviously to win by a touchdown. Also went the Chiefs minus taking 10 off. I think they're playing the Raiders. which is a terrible team. They just had their Super Bowl last week. They went all in on their home game against Denver to win possibly their last home game in Oakland. I think this is a huge letdown spot. They already know that they're done. They already know that they're moving. They're going to get showed up. They're going to show up and get aired the fuck out. To be honest with you, I see KC winning this by easily 10 points. I would kind of go straight. KC's also on the hunt. They still need to lock up a first-round bye and home field throughout the playoffs. So second part of my leg of this teaser is the Chiefs. Third part, going with the Rams, bringing that line to just a pick. The Rams winning just the game. That's all they have to do for this game. Who are the Rams? Niners.
Yeah,
they're playing the Niners. Gurley is out, which I think is huge news. We know C.J. Anderson, what he did last week. I don't think he does the same thing this week. I think he does have somewhat successful, but I think they have a hard time scoring, not as fast as they typically do. Obviously, we all know Todd Gurley, what type of player he is, MVP type candidate, and the engine that makes that offense kind of go. So I like the Rams, obviously, just to win the game. But we're hoping that the Niners are competitive because that would obviously make Chicago more competitive because the Rams might not have it sold up just yet. And my last pick, hopefully Mariota doesn't play, so I'm going with the Colts here. Yeah. I'm getting them +7. They're -3 right now. And where obviously the line is based off Mariota probably not playing.
I like them with Mariota. I like the Colts with Mariota.
You like right? Okay, yeah. I can dig it. I do too, actually, but it's going to be Tennessee 6-1 this year. So with Mariota back there, I think it's going to be tough to win in Tennessee. That field is not that good either. A lot of people slip. So I like getting the plus the touchdown. They give me some security. Obviously, I get that good line at 7 if they do lose.
Too.
Huh?
It's a low division game too.
Yeah. It's a winner. The winner gets in the playoffs. It's pretty much what it comes down to. And I think they said Mariota is throwing the ball in practice. He is throwing deep without any type of discomfort. They said he hasn't been. It doesn't look like he can grip the ball all the way like he should, but he's able to move. So I think Mariota is going to go. Obviously, season's on the line. You got to get him in there. Yeah. So, and Vrabel's a good coach. I think he's low key. If they get in, he could win the Coach of the Year. You know what I mean? Especially with all the limitations in being a first-year coach, they get them in there in a tough division.
I might give it to the Chargers coach, honestly.
Anthony Lynn. I feel you. Yeah, nobody. No,
that would be
I'm not sure if anybody saw them coming. I didn't see a lot of preseason hype for the Chargers.
That would be my pick.
Actually, no, there was some San Diego fans, but that's my 4-team teaser leg. So just one straight bet. The Chargers. I actually do have. If you want to double dip, I don't do it a lot, but if you want to double dip, you can put a straight bet in the Chargers and then do a 2-team teaser with the Chargers and the Eagles.
Okay.
So the Eagles just to win the game at -1, and then you know what? I'm going to do it. So here we go. 2-team teaser, Eagles -1, Chargers -0.5 point, just both of teams just to win the game, which I think they will. And then we're going to go a straight bet, doubling down on the Chargers to get it done big in Denver, -6.5. And then we're doing a 4-team teaser, 10-point teaser, Steelers -4.5, Chiefs -4, Rams pick, Colts +7, sweep the wheat, Maul's fucking money. Hitting with the heat, Steve. What you got for me, bro?
Well, I'm going Eagles -7.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a lot for damn sure. I like the Chargers. Chargers are -6.5 against Denver. I mean, it's hard to play them Mile High, but I mean, Denver is just done. They don't really.
Yeah, they're done.
And the Chargers just going to keep going. Like you said, they still have something to play for because they can possibly move up. So I think they'll win easily by a touchdown, even though Phillip Rivers shit the bed for me last week in fantasy. Got me.
Oh, so you lost your fantasy chip?
Got me 5 points.
Oh.
And then they pulled Todd Gurley.
Mm-hmm.
Got me a donut. Yeah, I was done. I was done.
Yeah.
But I still bang with Phillip Rivers though. I still like him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. That was 2.
Right.
I also like Pittsburgh. Even the -14 is a lot.
You know, it's just scary because Brown is said to be. I don't know if he's gonna play.
And that's the thing. So I'm gonna lay off that one. Yeah, because he's having discomfort in his knee.
Yeah, I can see them winning by like 10-13.
Yeah,
I can see like a late Cincy score.
But I like New England. -14 against the Jets.
Yeah, I saw that too, and it's in New England, obviously.
Yeah.
The only thing is the Jets always play them tight. I don't know.
See, the Jets, they don't really have nobody playing for real.
But the problem with New England is they don't get a pass rush. That's the only problem with New England.
Okay.
And they're a different team now. You saw that game last game. All they did was run the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not sure what's going on there. I mean, I like the pick because you got to like November and December, Belichick and Brady are like, I think they're undefeated at home. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I love the pick. It's just that those games are always close, just like the Eagles games. Those games are always close, those divisional games.
And I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. Not really a limb.
Go ahead.
But Teddy Bridgewater is starting.
I like the Saints.
But I like the Saints.
I like the Saints.
Carolina.
I think Teddy going to show out today.
Me too.
Because he's a free agent next year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, like you said earlier, it's just his showcase. This is all audition for next year. Because he can very well be the best free agent quarterback on the market, as he should be.
Foles.
Right, besides Foles. But they might pay Teddy because Teddy's young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Foles
is like 30-esque.
Yeah, and they know that Drew Brees got a couple more years, so they could play him.
And could you argue that Foles ain't nothing but a system quarterback, and he just fits our system perfectly?
You can definitely argue it.
Right.
Absolutely, you can argue it.
But that Wentz-Foles argument.
I don't even engage in it. I don't engage in it. But yeah, those my 4 picks, man. So I'm going New England, Kansas City, Eagles, and New Orleans.
Yeah. So we're going to sweep the week this week, 8-0, cash it in. Sugar House is open too, man. Go down there, lock in your picks. Last thing, 2019 is coming and upon us.
Be safe, man. Don't do nothing stupid if you're going out on New Year's Eve. If you think you're going to be drinking too much. Uber is always available.
Don't get none of this S.Dot collection.
Uber is always available. Lyft is always available. If you got to stay where you at, do it, man. Just be safe, man. We want to make sure that we're not going into the new year with no negativity, not having nobody,
absolutely
banged out, hurt themselves. Just be safe, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great insert, but I was talking about the show and us. So 2000,
come on,
right, absolutely. I'm never knocking that. 2019, there's going to be a lot of kind of different changes. This could be the last time you see us on this type of set. Not saying we're going away, but we just dream. We dreaming big and drink. You know what I'm saying? We dreaming big and bigger, and I don't want to say anything yet because nothing has been formalized or finalized or anything like that. But there could be some changes coming to the show. And I'm hoping you rock with me and keep riding for me. Keep telling your other friends and folks, retweeting, listening to the show, subscribing, doing everything that you do to help support the show. We want to obviously kind of give back, obviously in the bets, but help build the platform even more so we can start doing some more community work and stuff like that, and really showing the kids. Even though I'm not trying to advertise anybody especially our youth, to do sports betting, but also just saying, hey, there's other things that you can do that you can build something up. I started this whole thing in front of my laptop, and now, we're looking to kind of move on to something even bigger and better. So hopefully those announcements will be coming soon. If the Eagles do not make the playoffs, I think next week will be our last live show, and I will do some more side commentary, the vlogs and the road vlogs that I do. But if we're going to stay on air as long as the Eagles are in the playoffs. If not, we'll give you always the locks. We're sweeping the week. The homie S.Dot S.Dot collection. Shout out to everybody who was on Facebook today and YouTube and Twitch, Twitter, on the gram, Facebook Live, Moss Money, MoneyPot Podcast. We out of here.
Peace.
Yes, Cheryl. Yeah. Cheryl.